Hi, friends. Well, got a double header this Friday, so let's get right into it. Question from Bettina. You can read the question above this, and I'll just get to the pertinent part. How do I separate meditation for healing and meditation to manifest desires? Why she want to do that? Well, because she feels that when she meditates for desires, she should bring in emotions again, get them, whatever. I'm confused. Well, obviously, meditation for healing and meditation for let's say a goal setting. Although healing is a goal setter, also. I mean, your goal is to heal. I would say, how do you separate the two? I would say don't separate them. Now the question really is, how much emotion should I bring into my meditation? Should I be emotional when I'm meditating and programming for a thing, for an automobile, for a better job, for more money, for a lottery, for whatever it is that your goal is? Should that be different than what I'm meditating and hoping that I can heal somebody or myself? Because they're both meditations. The idea of a meditation, going to level, getting to alpha, whatever you want to call it, the whole idea behind that is to concentrate your attention. That's it. Now, if your intention is to heal, you're concentrating that by meditating. If your intention is to program for a car, again, you're concentrating your attention on that. And I hold to the basic concept that I have been teaching for many years. The best place to be is uncaring, emotion-free. Why is that? Well, apparently that bothers some people. You feel that you should bring emotions into it. Let me define an emotion, first of all. An emotion is any thought that has like or dislike involved. The more the emotion, or I should say, the more like, the more emotional. The more dislike, the more emotional. Love, as an example. Love is a very positive, like emotion, of course. Now, there are degrees of love. The more love, the higher the degree. When you raise the degree and you're so emotional that the love turns into something else, let's say lust, then you neglect the consequences of the situation. In other words, when you get too emotional, you don't think about consequences. That's never good. You always want to think about consequences. What about a dislike emotion? Well, like anger, is the same thing. When you get too angry, that anger goes into fury and you don't consider emotions. Now, to some degree, this is exactly what happens in healing. So you want to be totally emotion-free. This is the same thing that happens when you're programming for something. You want to be uncaring. Now you care. There seems to be a little paradoxical situation here. Because of course you care. You wouldn't do it in the first place. So the thing is, you want to be, if there's a scale, let's say this end is dislike, this end is like, you want to be in the middle, totally neutral. You don't care one way or the other. Now you care or you wouldn't do it. We understand that. But you want to put yourself in the situation where you really don't care. I became a healer some time ago, and I found a long time ago that when I didn't care whether the healing took place or not, that is when I became much more effective at the things that I was doing. Incidentally, the picture behind me here is it's not a photograph, obviously. This one is a painting that I've done. Painting came to me through a quantum jump fairly recently. Well, recently. I was 78 years old, so I'm 82 now, so that's 4 years ago. Or I will be 82 very shortly, as you'll be hearing soon. Okay, I hope I haven't befuddled any of you too much. Mainly what I'm saying is be neutral when you're healing. One of the ideal situations with regard to the dwaddle, one of the reasons that it is so effective is that most people, when they look at the dwaddle, they can't believe it's going to work anyway. And so they're in that spot where, I'll do it. I'll buy a ticket, so to speak. Okay. Leela says, hi, Burt. Short one, so I can read it. I really enjoyed, well, she's complimenting me. I'll pass that up. I tend to start a lot of projects and not finish them. Oh, boy. A lot of people have that. Procrastination, motivation. Well, what you want to do is motivate yourself. How do you motivate yourself? Let's not use that word motivation. What is motivation? Motivation is simply strong desire. When you have a strong desire to do something, you don't have to be motivated. You're going to do it. Now, how do you motivate yourself? Well, for one thing, compete with yourself. You start a lot of things. Let's say you're going to start something in the kitchen. Oh no, let's take your whole house. Let's say you're going to clean your house. Whether you do, whether you don't, this time you're going to clean your whole house. Now, why are you going to do that? Because you're going to do it to get a baseline. So clean your house, take your time, do everything. You're timing it. All right, now when you've finished cleaning your house, note the time. How long did it take you? Well, let's say it took you 2 hours. Okay. Next time you're going to clean your house, you're setting up competition for yourself. You've got to beat that mark. You want to beat 2 hours. And you know what's going to happen? As soon as you start competing yourself, as soon as you put a time element in, you'll find you're enjoying it. It's fun. Your desire will strengthen and your motivation will be stronger. This goes with everything. Youngsters, if they're in sports, let them compete not with the next person. Let them compete with themselves. But first of all, you got to set a baseline. I had a basketball student. He couldn't jump as high as he wanted to. So I had him draw a line in a garage about 7, 8 feet. I don't know how long. And then he jumped to see if he could go further than that. He jumped and made a mark on the garage wall. After that, his job was to get 1/2 of an inch higher than the last one. Pretty soon, he was a pretty good jumper. Okay, let's see what else do we have here. Matt is having a problem with sleeping, used a lot of things, etc. Let me give you a little trick here. If you meditate, and most of you who are watching this do know how to meditate into sleep. What do I mean by that? Lay in bed and don't go to sleep, meditate. Now, when you're in meditation, when you're deep in meditation, you couldn't be more comfortable. Then just drift off, allow yourself to drift off into sleep. Or as I tell youngsters, meditate and then pretend you're sleeping. And boom, just like that, you're sleeping. B says, Dear Burt, I've written you before. I've gotten a lot of da-da-da-da-da. I wish I could be able to stop my negative thoughts and just change my attitude to a positive one. Please tell me what technique to do. I'm going to give you a pair of magic glasses, B. Magic glasses. These are your magic glasses. Boom. You got them. Now, all you have to do is put them on. You put them on mentally, of course. Whenever you want a positive attitude, put on your magic glasses and say positive view. And wherever you look, you're just going to see the positives. Works like a charm. Okay. Well, I'm kind of talking pretty fast to get through all this. And we're almost at 9 minutes, going a little over. So I'm going to leave it here. And next week, we'll have a surprise for you, I hope. Maybe even 3 videos. Let me know how you're enjoying these. And if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate. In the meantime, have a wonderful day. Have a good week. A very, very nice, pleasant month. And a successful, happy, and healthy 2009. Thank you very much. This is Burt Goldman signing off for now. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.